I was charged with O.V.I. in Grandview, Ohio. Now what? If you're asking that question, this video is for you. I'm Shawn Dominy. I'm an Ohio O.V.I. lawyer, and I actually wrote a book titled, I Was Charged with DUI/O.V.I. Now What? As the subtitle to the book indicates, there is a lot to know before going to court and even before hiring a lawyer for an O.V.I. case. For O.V.I. cases in Grandview, this video is a good place to start. What you should know is there are 3 questions you need to answer before your first court appearance. Am I going to plead guilty, or am I going to plead not guilty and try to improve the outcome? Am I going to hire a lawyer? And if so, which lawyer am I going to hire? Now you may expect me to say, you definitely need to hire a lawyer and you should hire me. But that's not necessarily the case. I think that the first question is more critical to answer because there's some urgency to it, and it will help you answer the other 2 questions. There's some urgency to it because when you go to court for the first time, you're going to be asked to plead guilty or not guilty. There's probably not going to be negotiating or plea bargaining, so those will be your options. And in order for you to make an informed decision at that point, there's some information you want to have going in. You'll want to know what will be the sentence if I do plead guilty? What will be the collateral consequences of an O.V.I. conviction that may stick with me for the rest of my life? If I plead not guilty, what's the court process going to be? How does the prosecutor try to prove my guilt? How is evidence used? How do I introduce my own evidence or present my own defense? And what's the likelihood that I may achieve my goal of possibly avoiding an O.V.I. conviction? And to help you learn more about those topics and answer those questions, I've created a series of videos. Those videos are on my YouTube channel, and they're also on my website. And also on my website, dominylaw.com, there are dozens of pages of written information about O.V.I. topics. Finally, on the website is the book that I mentioned earlier, and that book can be downloaded from the website for free. That brings us to questions number 2 and 3. And actually, the downloadable book is broken into 4 parts, and the 4th part is all about answering questions 2 and 3. First, it will give you a framework for deciding whether or not you want to hire a lawyer. If you decide you do want to hire a lawyer, it will give you a framework for knowing what are good qualifications to look for in lawyers, how to do research on lawyers, and how to find a good one. There is a lot to know about O.V.I. cases, and I know that can be overwhelming, but the information is available, and you can educate yourself before you go to court and before you hire a lawyer. As you do that, I hope that you use these resources that I've mentioned, and I hope that you find these resources are helpful.